I'm in Montgomery County, so I thought it would be a good idea to get some dim sum. Dim sum, something I have a long history of eating. I'm going to go to a place called Far East in Rockville. It's one of the leading dim sum spots on the Maryland side of the Potomac. I'm going to order a bunch of stuff to try. So come along on today's food adventure. I got a wide selection of items, and I'm going to start with the shrimp dumplings. In Cantonese, it's called ha gao, and this is a classic item. You really can't have a dim sum meal without getting shrimp dumplings. It is that essential. It is that classic. They look pretty plump. Let me just poke one of them and begin my feast. Yeah, I don't think there's just one jumbo shrimp in these dumplings. It consists of many smaller shrimp, and it just builds up into one mass. Yeah, this is good. It has a very plump texture to it. It's very meaty when you bite into it, and it has a nice shrimpy flavor. The test of a good shrimp dumpling, they always say that the wrapper needs to be kind of thin and not too thick. I wouldn't say that this is the thinnest wrapper I've ever eaten, but it's not the thickest either, so it's kind of somewhere in the middle, I think. I got the roast pork buns also, another iconic dim sum item. Here's one of them. It has a little diaper, a little paper wrapper. It protects it against the steamer, I think, when they're steaming it. I remember these steamed pork buns would be bigger. They've kind of gotten smaller and smaller as the years have passed. They're almost like snack size now. I mean, it's not just Far East. I think most places where you get dim sum now, the steamed buns tend to be smaller than, 10, 20 years ago. In a way, that's good, because I remember when I was younger, a teenager, and we would get roast pork buns. You could literally eat one or two, and that would be a complete meal. You'd be so full after eating it. But they do a nice job. I mean, it's fluffy. It's got a nice roast pork filling. It's savory, slightly sweet, and you kind of eat it, you like it, and you want to move on. You're not full, and you're not completely satiated by eating the bun. In fact, I'm glad, because I got other things I need to attend to. Okay, next up I have the beef rice crepe. Sometimes this is called the beef rice roll, steamed rice roll. It's called churng fun in Cantonese, which translates to intestine roll because it's shaped like an intestine, not because it has intestines in it. I took the liberty of splashing it with the accompanying soy sauce. Here it goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me take a few bites. Oh. Oh yeah. That's good. You have that minced beef, and it's kind of herbally, actually. I think maybe cilantro in there. There's something kind of punctuating the meat. And it's very minced, it's very soft, and you have that silky rice noodle wrapper, the rice crepe enveloping the beef, and it just kind of feels silky and smooth as you're eating it. It's always been, in my estimation, a textural dish, really. You're looking for that silky smooth crepe texture. This is a dish that I always seem to get when I'm going out and getting dim sum. And you can get it with shrimp or beef, but I've just traditionally and historically gotten it with beef over the years. Some people prefer the shrimp version, but I tend to gravitate toward the beef. You hear me using the term dim sum for these Cantonese small plates. And in fact, that's the term that I've always used. And I think that's all I've heard really over the years in the United States. But I've noticed that the term yum cha is also used. I noticed that term is used in Australia. They'll use yum cha as an adjective. For example, they might say, "That's a good yum cha restaurant." Or as a noun, "There's so much to eat at yum cha." And of course, they'll use yum cha as a verb because in Cantonese, yum cha is a verb, meaning to drink tea. So they might say, "Let's go yum cha." But I've never heard the expression yum cha used in English. Only when people are communicating in Cantonese do they say yum cha. So yeah, so when I heard Australians using the term yum cha in an English speaking context, that was new to me. And I've only learned of this maybe as recently as 5 or 6 years ago. So well, tell me, I mean, you can leave a comment in the comment section. In your part of the world where you're from, do you use the term yum cha or do you use the term dim sum? Because I use the term dim sum exclusively, and I don't know anybody around the DMV or, in New York or Philadelphia or the places that I frequent, using the term yum cha. Okay, I'm moving on to the next item. These are fried taro dumplings, and oh, you get 3 of them in one order. Whoa. They look like fried rugby balls or something like that. And they're really flaky and crispy on the outside. Yeah. So on the inside, you got some minced pork encased in this kind of gravy sauce. And then you have a kind of a soft outer layer of taro. And then the outer shell is firm and crispy. This is really good because that contrast between the soft taro paste and that jagged and crispy exterior is very pleasing. And I remember as a boy, when we would go to dim sum, I wouldn't usually get fried taro dumplings. It wasn't as common to get these because they were fried. And so sometimes my mom would frown upon my getting these, or she wouldn't take it off the cart as the ladies push the dim sum carts around the dining room because fried things aren't as healthy. And there's a concept in Chinese, well, in Cantonese culture anyway, called yeet hay, literally meaning hot breath or hot air. And you don't want that, and that is caused by eating fried things. I guess that's a topic for another day or another video. So yeah, we didn't get these fried taro dumplings all that often, but I'm enjoying them now. They are bringing back some pleasant memories for me. Okay, another favorite of mine that I typically would get in the past is this. The fried turnip cake. This is made from grinding up daikon radish, grinding it into a paste, then molding it into a square and pan frying it until it's crispy on the outside. Mmm. You have that crispy exterior, and then you have that soft daikon paste, and it's kind of gushy and soft, and it contrasts and pairs so well with that exterior, which is crispy and firm. Mmm. Yeah, when you get this dining in, sometimes the push carts that are selling these would have a kind of platform on it where the lady pushing the cart would actually pan fry it for you prior to setting it on your table. It's not readily apparent when you look at it, if you're looking at the interior, or the exterior for that matter, because it's so golden brown on the outside. But there are little bits of Chinese sausage in the daikon paste, and so that's flavoring it and giving it a nice flavor. In fact, as I'm breaking it apart, I can see the little bits of the lapchung, or the the Chinese sausage. All right, next up, I'm going to eat the bean curd roll. The pork is wrapped in a bean curd sheet, and then the whole thing is braised in a gravy, and then you eat it like this with a little bit of gravy. Well, that's quite savory, quite porky. That pork is mixed with bamboo shoots, so you have the bamboo shoots kind of helping out with the texture. So the pork meat itself is very soft, and then you have the crunch of the bamboo shoots, and then you have that tofu skin or bean curd sheet, you know, kind of gently wrapping it up like a blanket. This is a childhood favorite of mine too. I don't recall ever not getting this unless they had run out. All right, next up I'm digging into the sticky rice wrapped in lotus leaf. So this parcel of sticky rice consists of sticky rice. If you go inside of the sticky rice, you have a bit of Chinese sausage and a piece of chicken. In fact, the chicken is the showpiece, because in Cantonese, this is called lo mai gai, gai meaning chicken. So it features the sticky rice and the chicken. There's a little bit of mushroom, a shiitake mushroom in here, some ground pork, but the main protagonist is the chicken and the sticky rice. Oh. Yeah, that's good sticky rice. Let me try this chicken. Oh, it's a nice big piece of chicken. Oh, yeah. This is good sticky rice because there's some bodily integrity to it. It's not all mushy and kind of steamed into submission where it's just all sticky and clumpy. Ooh, here's the bit of Chinese sausage. As I've been eating, I've been pointing out items that I used to get when I was a child, that I remember getting when I was a boy and when I was a teenager. And yes, this was a very common order. I would typically be pointing to this and asking for this when the carts came rolling by my table. Okay, I'm going to end the meal with dessert, and I got these sweet sesame balls. They are perfectly spherical, and they got sesame seeds embedded all on the exterior. Oh. It has somewhat of a mochi-like texture. It's very soft and kind of elasticy, and that's because it's made with glutinous rice flour. And inside there is a lotus paste. I didn't get a whole lot as I bit into it initially. Let me bite it again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In Cantonese, these are called jindoi. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. And that lightly sweet filling is really kind of having a conversation with the toasty sesame seeds on the outside. And that interplay between the two is really the thing that you notice on your palate. And as you're eating this, it's really good. Wow. I was going to get some egg tarts or some pineapple buns. I ended up with this instead, and I'm glad because I've had the egg tarts and the pineapple buns much more recently, much more often too. And yeah, this is good. Wow. I'm kind of surprised how much I'm enjoying this because, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of that kind of mochi-like texture, but I'm really enjoying this now. Well, I had a great time eating that dim sum from Far East. As I explained, dim sum is a big part of my food memories, so I should be filming more dim sum videos in the future. But until then, I'll catch you next time on my next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.